Hey everyone, I'm Nick Strack, and this is Perspective Perspective, a show shining light on different ways to look at the same situation. So last week I read you a letter that I wrote to my sisters about what we were willing to shed and do in order to lift each other up. And one of my questions was, are you willing to ask for help and gratefully receive it? And Haley, thank you so much. You asked what sorry. You asked what it means to gratefully receive help, and I decided to make today's show about that. So, have you ever, this is to everyone now, not just to Haley, have you ever fought over the bill when you're out to lunch with somebody about who would pay for it? Or have you ever said, oh, you don't have to when somebody gives you a present? Or have you ever asked someone for a ride, for example, and they said yes, and then your next question was, are you sure? I have, for sure. And when I look back on what I was taught, I think that both culturally and societally, I was raised to believe that it is polite to fight over who pays for things and to deny people opportunities to offer their generosity to me or to question it when they are making an offer. So, for example, that, can you give me a ride? Someone says yes. And then I'm like, are you sure? Which fascinatingly is basically teaching us that it is polite to question another person's response to things, like to not believe that they know what they can and cannot do, or what they're willing to do and are not willing to do. So it's this fascinating dynamic where we are taught that we're actually being polite when in fact we are doubting another person's ability to know themselves. So that's what I want to put a stop to. Like, let's honor what other people are doing, saying, offering, and gratefully receive it. My tactical tips for today are just say thank you. Say thank you. If someone offers to pay for lunch, don't get into a fight about it. Genuinely say thank you. Don't say it in the rude way where it's like, okay, thanks, because that's not gratefully receiving it. It's like, hey, thank you. I really appreciate that. That kind of a thank you. I'm still working on it with my mom, who does dishes all the time. And there are times when I go downstairs and she's done the dishes, and I'm like, oh, you already finished these. I was going to do them. But it's like, she already did the fucking dishes. I might as well just be like, thank you for doing the dishes. I so appreciate that. Now I get to spend time doing something else, and that's really cool. So that is my bit on gratefully receiving. Let's all go into the world and honor each other and trust each other a little bit more today. Okay, what did you think? Did you agree, disagree, have other thoughts on this? Please let me know in the comments and or private messages. And if you have other questions, I would love to address them in a future perspective. Also, I've received feedback that sometimes I seem a little robotic or boring on my videos. Try to work on that and spice things up for y'all. Okay, thanks. Bye!